Now, the question is, do we really need another marketing forum or community to actually interact and learn from? So I have here today, I'm going to be looking at Conversion Rate Academy by my buddy Oliver Kenyon, and we're going to talk about it. And the reason why this is very different from all the other forums out there from what I've reviewed, such as SDM, Affiliate, I am affiliate, is because the fact that this is focused on your CROs, your conversion rates, right? Converting a click into a actual payout, a CPA or et cetera, right? So let's say you're converting right now 10%. Hopefully this forum will help you increase that conversion up to maybe double it or maybe even more, or just a bit more, right? So we're going to talk about it. Go ahead and log in right now, and we'll see what Oliver has in stores for us, right? So let's see. The one thing that I remember Oliver telling me about was that the best part about this forum is very different because it has already value that you can actually utilize, right? There's a lot of forums out there that just goes into the community side of things rather than actually giving upfront value like what Oliver's giving you is a checklist, guides, designs, wireframes, audits, replays of audits maybe, ebooks, and a glossary. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. So checklist, I actually like this a lot just because this is, and for some reason, there's a bunch of like people selling checklists online on Facebook, and I don't know if you've noticed like your SEO checklist, your Google PPC checklist, your Facebook ad checklist, right? And I think it's getting pretty popular. Yeah, just people are pretty lazy, right? But let's take a look at their checklist real quick without giving too much of the gold here. Right here is actually pretty good information. Foundation. Let's take a look at copy. I'm not a great person in copywriting at all, so we'll take a look here. Use verbs and CTAs, invoke action. I like the fact that it gives a category, CTAs, a description of what it is, use blog post to pre-sell visitors, have a clear guarantee. This is actually pretty good. The fact that it gives you an action to do, a description of it, an example, so you can actually see it in use, where to actually use it, and the impact it has, right? And an impact, obviously, I think is based on their experience versus maybe somebody else's, right? But this is really useful. I love the fact that they're saying use verbs, CTAs, emojis. I mean, this is a very different checklist, but this is something for the public already, or not public, but users of the Conversion Rate Academy. Very interesting. I actually like this a lot. Now, let's take a look at something else. The fact that they do have wireframes, which is something also is very important in industry because sometimes you think about design and you're like, you know what, let me just do ad spying. Let's just take a look at the popular websites out there. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see what they're using, right? And then we'll try to mimic it, give it to the designer, and let them design it based on their experience, right? But since Oliver's Academy is focused on conversions, they've made multiple landing pages for a lot of users, and they've been able to increase leads or even conversions for their clients, and they've created a page for, or a wireframe per se. We'll take a look at the lead generation page just because I am a affiliate and I am interested in more of the lead gen stuff. Okay, this is pretty interesting. This is pretty typical, right? This is obviously headline, subtext, you know, features, focal points, testimonial, and an opt-in box. This is a very long lead gen page. I personally wouldn't do it. This is, again, in the space of affiliate marketing. I'm giving the experience from the affiliate marketing side, right? My goal is to create least amount of friction for the users and then for them to take action, right? Because I'm paying for the click. I need to make sure that they are getting what they're going to be receiving, right? So this does make sense. This top part does make a lot of sense to me. This bottom part, probably not. But if you are just getting organics, right, sending social, this will make sense because you have to give information to the user, right? But if you have already some users' interests, the top part is the only important part. But this is all a very, very good design. This is a PDF. Oh yeah, it is a PDF. So you can basically just give this to your designer and then let them figure out what to do with this specific design, this layout, I mean, or this wireframe, and then make it geared towards your offer, your products, or whatever you're promoting online. Let's take a look at something else. Let's take a look at multi-step lead gen page. Now this is a more of like a survey. I do surveys to pre-qualify users as well. So let's take a look at this. Again, this is very, very simple, straight to the point, right? Initial questions. Here it looks like it has 5. My usually is just like 2, right? And then this is obviously going to, oh, it didn't actually show the next steps. So that makes sense, I guess. The last step is technically your opt-in page. But this is very, very good. Again, straight to the point. There's a testimonial here. Again, I wouldn't add these, right? Just because I need to not let them understand what's going on, right? So my goal is obviously less friction to the offer. But again, this is very, very good because you are giving the user information and what they're getting into. So that is very, very important. But from an ad point of view, it's just ad, action, and then conversion, right? But this is good to utilize again because I do like the fact there's a testimony here supporting these, especially making branded sites. This makes a lot of sense. So this is good. Let me just take a look at the mobile version. I'm just curious. Pretty same. Yeah. So this is much, much better. This is much shorter. And I'd rather have a much shorter, yeah. Especially if you want, let me just see, just waterfall. That might be waterfall. Yeah, so this is also very good. I like it. And the fact that Oliver and his team are giving this to you right off the bat once you join the Conversion Rate Academy, it's pretty much straightforward. I like it a lot. Let's take a look at something else. I remember Oliver telling me about audits. Here it is. And audits are where you basically give your landing page or your product or your site to the team. They go over it and do a video walkthrough for you, telling you what they need to do, what you need to do to basically increase your conversions, and then they share it with the community, which is pretty awesome. Let's take a look at, let's see, senior deals, senior discounts. It's a lead gen. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Vibe, I am super. This is where we kind of just I'm looking for 5 things now. Typically, I'm looking for imagery, call to.
Okay, this is also pretty basic. This is basically using the wireframe that we just discussed earlier, that you actually get when you're already part of the forum, right?
Action, trust, social proof, and the value proposition. 3. I would recommend that you have a minimum 3 to 5. If you go ahead and implement those changes, let us know what the conversion rate is now, and then once you start.
As you can see here, this is a very short page, right? As you can see, like right here, it doesn't scroll that much. It's just a basic footer. And I think that's the goal when you do a lead gen page, right? Short, to the point, features, a little bit of backup as seen on here. And this is basically using the wireframe that Oliver and his team gives you, removing the bottom part. So the goal here, I mean, obviously since that's a wireframe, you can manipulate the wireframe as much as you can as long as you keep in the formats. This one is keeping the same format with a heading, subtitle, the features list, etc. Right? Keep it short to the point. I like it. Let's take a look at skincare.
So now for length, we've done great. So let's have a look. So this is a.
So this looks like more of an ecom product, ecom style. Really not into this industry much in the ecom space. I've had my own products before too, but I would do something. I would probably use Oliver's service to go ahead and optimize my page just because I'm super more into like quick actions, right? So, well, let's take a look.
Obviously, the Facebook sales page. So obviously you're driving to Facebook, and we're going to land on this page. Let me just have a look.
So they're driving Facebook ads to this page. There is a one call to action, which is good, pretty much straight to the point. I think this is actually pretty good, actually. You know, just because there it is. Now that I'm looking at it, it is actually pretty much straight to the point, and you get good, right? And these audits, I think, are crucial because you don't get this feedback in other forums, right? So I am Attila, I am affiliate, Affiliate, STM. You get feedback from the community, right? And you have to like figure out, oh, I got to compound all this information, right? And then figure out which is good and which is bad, right? Or you might have to filter out user suggestions, right? Whereas you have an actual agency service expertise telling you what you need to do and change, right? And this is a team giving you feedback. This is not the community, right? The community is in here to ask questions that look like it and probably interact with their suggestions, but it is the agency that is giving you the information rather than the community. So this is why this is very different from all the other forums or communities, because there's actually experts in here that are helping you convert higher, right? So it's not like any typical forum at all, right? Just because you do have the community to support you and see your success and grow, right? But you also have a team that is actually highly skilled is telling you what to do, especially when your audits are in, right? Let's just take a look at some of the topics here. Follow alongs. Basically, looks like say your wins, ask for feedback, guys, case studies, general. And as you can see here, this forum is not like any typical marketing forum where you're talking about ads, you're talking about landing pages, you're talking about how to get ad accounts, how not to get banned, right? How to do lead gen. This is more on the actual conversion side, which matters, which is design, copywriting, optimizing, right? So again, this forum is totally different from the whole marketing industry. And this is what makes it very, very different from all the other forums that I've seen. Let's see, use announcements. And as you can see, Oliver is super interactive in his forum. I mean, if you've known him from the past, he loves his community, he loves his members. I hope he loves me. Please. But yeah, this forum is very, very different from everything else just because it is more focused on conversion, right? But tell me what you think. Go ahead and sign up below. I'll be putting my link there for you to sign up. And let me know what you think, right? I'll be in here. I'm already in here. You can ask questions. I'll probably give my feedback as well, coming from the affiliate point of view, right? Where Oliver and his team are giving the conversion point of view. And since they've had clients and increase all their clients' conversion rates by X amount of percentages, right? They have the expertise to tell you, hey, you need to do this, you should adjust that, rather than a community telling, maybe we should do this, maybe you should do that, right? So it's a very, very different vibe or interaction than any other typical marketing forum, right? But that's it. Go ahead and take a look at the link below and let me know what you think. And if you see me in the forum, make sure you say hi.